It actually came to me as I was in the darkness of the tunnel leading into the LA Coliseum. I asked myself if I could carry the mantle that would come along with winning the first women's Olympic marathon. First thing that I thought of was giving back to a community, Cape Elizabeth and runners, and to a state that had given so much to me.
A person called me up and said, look, we're thinking about doing a road race. We want to start it just past Crescent Beach State Park, and we want to end it at Fort Williams. Oh, and by the way, we'd like to shut all those roads down on a Saturday. And I said, are you kidding me? And on August 11th of 1997, the town council approved the Beach to Beacon to end in Fort Williams.
All the stars lined up, even on year one. And here we are 25 years later.
People of all ages, all abilities, all genders, all ethnicities. It's not just a Cape Elizabeth event. It's become a state of Maine event, and even bigger than that.
It's like a bucket list race for elite runners.
It just doesn't get any better than the TD Beach to Beacon. It really doesn't.
Practical, open, accepting, not flashy, want to help and want to do the right thing.
What's not to love about the community of Cape Elizabeth?
If someone asked me one thing about working in Cape Elizabeth that stands out most is collaboration. So we all come together, symbolic of how the town is a whole.
It's a way for us, strangely, to pull in closer while we're bringing other people in with us.
Volunteers are worth their weight in gold.
We have volunteers that come from far and wide to ensure that 7,000 other people are having a wonderful experience.
I'm a retired physical therapist, actually, and I better not say it.
I'm the reason he is here.
She had a weak moment. Great opportunity to be part of the community and the high points of our year, actually.
We get a lot of compliments that we really help people up that final hill. Ain't no jive here at mile 5.
Arguably one of the most beautiful courses you could run anywhere.
Like a mini Boston Marathon. Both of them are point to point. Both of them have undulating topography. Coming into the fort is a very steep hill. That's the Heartbreak Hill of the TD Beach to Beacon. The world opens up to you. The most incredible finish of a road race in America. You turn the corner and there's a crowd. You turn the corner and there's a crowd. I'm like, where are all these people coming from?
It's a hard course. It's a hard course, but it's a fun course. The beginning, it's very easy to go out fast.
Heading back up into town is where you can start to pay the price. I always try to pull myself together because I know that's where my mom and dad would be.
You gotta run smart in the beginning and be really tough in the middle miles.
Once I got to mile 4, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. It's amazing.
Personally, when you hit mile 5,
now I've really got to give it everything I have left.
It's all about just hanging on.
that last really steep uphill, that's when the real test comes.
You find that second wind. Oh, it gives me the goosebumps. And it never gets old.
One great big giant runner's party.
Not just 6.2 miles. Make yourself better physically, emotionally.
Everybody can do it at their own pace and have the same wonderful experience.
I am by no means an elite runner, but I'm now a runner.
It's just such a wonderful thing that you can do for yourself.
There's no place you'd rather be that morning than at Fort Williams Park in Cape Elizabeth.
One of the reasons why, not just the race, they want to come back, is they want to come back to that family.
When we brought a runner into our house, for our children in particular, it gave them this whole view of a different world. It was all tied back to running.
These best athletes in the world come here to Cape Elizabeth, Maine. And we want to be there and treat the very last person who crosses the finish line the same way we treat the very first person who crosses the finish line.
For a race that has thousands and thousands of people and some of the best runners in the world, it almost feels like we're taken care of better than anyone. I mean, this is a race that it feels like it matters when you show up.
One of our initial mottos was shine the light on kids, and that led to benefiting a different children's charity every year.
You keep thinking you've found the best possible beneficiary and you'll never find a better one. Yet year after year, we keep finding these great organizations.
They've picked a beneficiary each year to get not only a large lump sum of money, but to also receive 25 bibs so that they can fundraise and continue to raise money for their organization through the race till the end of time. The year that Winter Kids was a beneficiary, we raised over $100,000.
The youth of today are our most valuable resource. We need to do anything we can to support that population of people.
The fact that Joni was running these roads is the most special part of this race. She was one of the first to really set these amazingly high goals. The sky's really the limit because of people like Joni.
If you didn't know who she was and you were having a conversation with her, she'd be talking about, you know, her garden in Freeport. She wouldn't be talking about her gold medal.
And she has set an example for me, not only to be a good runner, to be a good citizen of the sport, and also just to be an overall good person.
She's been my idol since I was a kid. She's an inspiration to myself and to so many women.
You come up that final hill into Fort Williams Park.
For me, it was a huge, huge accomplishment.
That's where you get the incredible feeling of, I accomplished it.
And there's nothing more powerful in this world than to feel good about yourself, because it's the foundation by which we accomplish everything in our lives.
The race in the coming years is going to look as good or better than it does now.
It's never going to go away. It'll always be a staple in this community and in the road race industry.
I hope to be running this with my boys in 20 years.
One person can have a vision and turn it into something that has changed her hometown and her home state into a better place to live.
Everybody takes away something from this race that is more than the race itself.